Hello everyone. Welcome to the sixth RSK Ecosystem update. We're super happy to be here with you today. As just the ecosystem evolves so fast that it's interesting to think everything that happens. It's our last RSK Ecosystem update. Inflation is everywhere. We're having record high inflation in all fiat currencies in the world, and Bitcoin continues to prove its importance as an open, decentralized network, and building DeFi solutions on top of the most secure and decentralized value transfer network in the world becomes critical for the world. So we're super happy to have this amazing team of speakers and projects that keep on joining the RSK and the DeFi for Bitcoin ecosystem. We're going to have first a few updates from the RSK team and community and Riff. Then Max is going to give us some general updates on the different projects that have presented already in past RSK ecosystem updates that keep on innovating and bringing new technologies and news to the space. And then we're going to have our main speakers and new partners joining, which are extremely exciting. In particular, you will see that all the projects presenting today are focused on improving the user experience and making blockchain and DeFi for Bitcoin easier for new users that are not familiar with this technology to onboard and to be part and to benefit from DeFi on top of Bitcoin. So very excited to be here today presenting these amazing projects joining the ecosystem. So with no further ado, we can move to the next slide. Fran, thanks for being in the background and helping us with everything. We appreciate your help. And I'll introduce you to Adrian. So hi, Adrian, how are you?
Hey everyone. Thanks, Gabriel, for the introduction.
So what's going on with Iris hard fork? Let us know.
Well, I wouldn't like to take a lot of time with Iris because we have amazing speakers today. But at least I wanted to take a few minutes because this is a relevant thing for the whole community. Actually, there was a community call last week that was all about Iris, and we talked about the most important enhancement that will be activated with this hard fork. You may want to check it out. Sorry, I realize now that I didn't include a link to the recording, but maybe someone can share it in the following few minutes. But the most important things that you need to know, and I want to emphasize today, are the following. First of all, Iris is a planned hard fork or network upgrade, as we usually prefer to say. It brings a lot of enhancements to the network, especially in usability and security to the two-way peg. That is, as you know, the bridge between Bitcoin and RSK, by which the users convert BTC to RBTC or the other way around. Some of these enhancements are reduced minimum amounts for the peg-in and peg-out transactions, the possibility of doing pay-in transactions through a user-selected RSK address, to name a few. But you can find a full description of each of the consensus changes introduced in Iris as part of RSK IP 187. The link is there in the slide. And this is the RSK IP. It's what we usually call a meta RSK IP. It's basically an index to every RSK IP that is part of the hard fork. So you will be able to get a full description of the changes there. The important things now is that the hard fork activation will happen in block 3,614,800 on mainnet. That's basically, and according to current conditions of the network, is expected to happen around August 19th. Of course, it may change, but should happen around that date. And in the case of testnet, the block activation number is 2,060,500, and that is expected to occur on August 4th. Yeah. So if you're running an RSK node in mainnet or in testnet, please be sure you update your nodes before this activation happens. Otherwise, your node will remain in an old chain with different rules, right? RSKJ Iris is already available in its GitHub repo. The link, again, there in the slide. You can already download it and do the updates. There is no special consideration that needs to be taken into account for upgrading. It's just updating your node. And of course, if you need help, there's a link there to the open Slack. There's a lot of people that know about this there in case you need any help. But we believe everything should be fine. This version of RSKJ also has non-consensus improvements, especially around performance and compatibility fixes at the JSON RPC interface. So if you're running an app that interacts with an RSK node, it's a good idea that you also check that everything is working as expected with this new version. Those are, as I said, non-consensus changes. So it's not that they're activated with the when the hardware is activated. So you can try it now. You shouldn't have any problem, but it's of course always better to check. And last but not least, discussions about the next RSK network upgrade. Talking about the one that will come after Iris, that we are using the codename Hub for it. Those discussions are already starting to happen. There will be a community call the first days of August. I'm not sure if the date is yet confirmed, but should happen around the 5th of August, if I'm not wrong. And the idea is that anyone can bring proposals to be included in Hub to the discussion. We are working from IOB Labs in what we think should be included and bring those proposals into the discussion, but anyone is invited to participate. If you have proposals to make, the first step would be to join the RSK Research Forum. The link is also there in the slide, and start the conversation there. Or, of course, you can contact us if you need help to kick any discussion off before the community call. And I think that's pretty much it. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Adrian. Very important update. So everyone, please make sure you have your notes, updates, and follow and participate actively in the community calls. So anything you need, it's also included in the roadmap of RSK. Now we can move to the next slide and the next speaker. The RSK infrastructure framework. It's an amazing team and community building infrastructure solutions that are needed for all of you to build more robust and decentralized solutions. So we can pass to our next speaker, Ale. How are you, Ale?
Hi, Gabi. Hi, guys. Thank you, everyone, to join. As Gabriel said, our users or our customers are you, the community. So be sure that if you have any request, anything that you want to build on top of our platform and is missing or is needed by your project, please tell us through Maxi, through Gabi, through Michael, to anyone, and we will be sure that we will help you. Right now, we are moving from building protocols to building applications and services. And right now, I want to make a quick update about the last 3 releases we are making. The first is called Riff Relay, also known as enveloping in the past. Right now, we are near to release the second version of Riff Relay, which has a lot of optimization in the gas cost consumptions. So right now, we are in the last phase and very near to release to mainnet. So anyone that wants to pay the gas of your projects in your users using tokens instead of RBTCs, they can use this project to achieve more adoption, or more easy to use your projects by your users. The second one is Riff Schedulers. The idea of Riff Scheduler is if you want to schedule a call in a smart contract in the future, you can do it. You can do particular transactions or recurrent ones. Okay, this is something like I want to run this transaction like in 1 month or every first day in the month, etc., and call this contract with these parameters. You can do with the schedulers. It's part of the RIF protocols. And the last one is something that it's a new project that we are doing, is saving and vaults, which the idea is to provide solutions to store the assets in a very secure way. Right now, since there are a lot of protocols in RSK that are having a lot of volume of assets or value, or a lot of RBTCs, etc., there is a requirement to, for example, has multi-sigs or a good multi-sig support in our applications or wallets. So basically what we did is we create an SDK, easy to use for the developers to create multi-sig wallets in their projects. It's based on Gnosis Safe. There is the link. And of course, if you have any question, we're here to help. But the idea is to be more secure and to allow to use the protocol in a more easy and secure way. That's it from RIF right now.
Thank you so much, Ale. These all are extremely important technologies for the ecosystem. So really looking forward to see. I know some wallets are already working on integrating some of them, and really looking forward to see every single project benefiting from these technologies. Now we can go to the next slide, Fran. I think we have Max. I think everyone knows Max. He's been helping nonstop. Do we have another slide, Ale? Sorry, my confusion.
No, it's not, I think.
This is yours. Okay, I was confused by the logo. Okay, so I know everyone knows Max. He's been helping day in and out every single partner on the RSK and DeFi for Bitcoin ecosystem. And there are multiple updates from different projects that have already presented and have been part of the DeFi for Bitcoin for a long time. Maybe, Fran, while Max explains, you can share the links to the prior RSK ecosystem updates. So if people want to see these projects in depth, they can check them out. And go ahead, Max, tell us the good news.
Thank you, Aku. You know, there are several updates, but I wanted just to mention the updates related to this ecosystem update. So regarding wallets, now XCapit will present, but now you can use your RIF tokens in XCapit investment wallets. There's a Defiant wallet that you know Defiant is translated in 10 languages. They are focusing also in Latam, but also Asia. And they are also integrating Ramp Network, that is a global on-off ramp with credit cards. And regarding gateways, you also can do on-off ramps with bank accounts in different countries, mostly in Latam, thanks to Settle that we'll present today, and Krypton, Argentina, Uruguay, Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, using DOC, RDOC, RIF. If you want to add any other token, I think that we can propose to those partners. Stablecoins on RSK, I think that Bubblefish presented in last meeting. It's a new stablecoin aggregator. The stablecoin is XUSD. They surpassed $10 million in USD stablecoin, so they are getting a lot of traction. So if your solution wants to enter with XUSD, just I can put you in touch. And Money on Chain is growing a lot, more than 500 BTC locked in the protocol. So it's very interesting to consider DOC for as a stablecoin for your projects. So yeah, just same thing. We can put you in touch with them. Regarding asset swaps, with Iris upgrade, there's a new fast BTC. It's not relay. It's just a decentralized fast BTC to convert BTC to RBTC in a fast way. So you can integrate this tool on your solutions. So it is an easier way for Bitcoiners to move into the DeFi ecosystem, just to send in BTC to a RSK Bitcoin sidechain. And other tools for the apps, you know, RSK and partners are working hard regarding interoperability with other networks. There are bridges with Ethereum, 2 bridges with Ethereum, 1 bridge with Binance Smart Chain, and now Liquidity is an atomic swap. They are connecting Polygon, Matic, and RBTC. So it's interesting also to integrate Liquidity for your solutions. It's getting a lot of traction. Enveloping, Ale mentioned that. No need of RBTC to pay the gas. your users could use your own token. So it's very powerful, just to give a, just give something very interesting to your token, and maybe as a part of your strategy, you could use enveloping. And also AMLT Oracle, regarding all the regulations that are coming, there's another partner called CoinFirm that offers an AMLT Oracle. Just to reject all the wallets that are in the blacklist. So you are connected with your smart contracts. So if you're interested in, of course, you can use it. And the last one is regarding oracles. Chainlink is finishing the integration on RSK, close to finish. So if you are interested in using Chainlink oracles on RSK, we can put you in touch with Chainlink team, just to start working together. And last thing is, what other projects would you like to see? Just you can share it with us, and we can work together to bring them to the RSK ecosystem. And we are open suggestions and ideas, and we can allocate some effort on bringing them and hear the community.
Awesome. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Max. And as you know, the main purpose of RSK ecosystem is to bridging, and getting DeFi and this extra functionality closer to Bitcoin and to Bitcoiners, and at the same time getting Bitcoiners to use and benefit from DeFi. So if anyone also listening to this call is working on a project on RSK and you would like to present it on this RSK ecosystem update, let us know. This space is for you to present and to share with the rest of the community. So now we can move to our main speakers, these amazing projects, very successful, who are now becoming also available on the RSK and DeFi for Bitcoin ecosystem. Our first guest is Tom from Portis. But before that, sorry, I forgot. Can I see the prior slide, Fran? As Adrian said before, make sure that every one of you participates in our next RSK community call on August 5th. There you have the link, and Fran will share it as well. It's very important that all of you participate, because RSK is an open decentralized platform and it's built by all of us in the community. So make sure you participate and get involved. Now, we can move to Tom and Portis. Hi, Tom. Welcome.
Hey, Gabriel. Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me. In case, for those of you who don't know Portis, Portis is a company that was created in early 2018. One of the first Web3 providers basically in the space. It's more than a wallet. It's a wallet that is meant to interact with decentralized applications. I won't dwell on the history too much, but if you can move to the next slide, please. I'll talk about a meaningful event that happened in April 2020, just as COVID was starting to become a thing all over the world. So Portis was acquired by Shapeshift. For those of you unaware, Shapeshift is one of the older exchanges in the ecosystem, founded by Eric Voorhees. And they're very big on being non-custodial, or self-custodial. I'll go with the new term for this. The new term is self-custodial instead of non-custodial. It basically means that the user owns their private keys, and they're the only one who owns their private keys. And that was a very big thing for Portis from day one. That was also a very big thing for Shapeshift from day one, which is why this was such a, in our eyes and in theirs, such a great fit. So we were acquired by Shapeshift in April 2020. We joined the team, and next slide, please. And some very exciting news. I don't know how many of you had a chance to hear about this. This happened July 14 was the announcement, which was very recently. Shapeshift released, I think about 2 years before this announcement, they released a Fox token, which was something that gave you a lot of value from using the Shapeshift platform. It allowed you to get sponsored gas fees, and you could actually, even whenever anyone made a trade on the Shapeshift platform, the amount of Fox tokens you had was your likelihood of actually earning part of the revenue that Shapeshift earned on that. So just by holding Fox tokens, people like once a month, suddenly see they got like some USDC or whatever for nothing in their wallet, which was very nice. But the big announcement that happened recently is that Shapeshift announced that it will decentralize the entire company. Now, this is a huge thing because up until now, all the companies that you have seen that have DAOs and whatnot and are decentralized, those are companies that were born this way. They were born to the blockchain space as a new company which wants to become decentralized, and obviously going down a decentralized path. If we're talking about, let's say, companies like Uniswap or any of the other such companies that are big and were born this way, they have their DAOs, but this is how they started. This is a case of a company that has a treasury, has a working product, has an LLC that did all the regulatory things and is already there, but it's saying, no, the right way to move forward is actually to go down this path. They've always been very big on, sometimes you see companies that are in blockchain, but they're not, I wouldn't say true believers. They're here because they think they can maybe earn a profit or whatever, which is fine. And a lot of times that's very useful for the ecosystem. Every project has its space and has its value. But if they are true believers in this, the way things can work under blockchain, this is a clear demonstration of that as far as Shapeshift is concerned, because they're saying, no, we're actually closing down the LLC. We're closing down the centralized company and everything that goes around that. And, obviously this is a process that takes time, but I can tell you as someone who's already there, this is underway. This is happening. Shapeshift is open sourcing all of its code and everything else. But where does Portis fit into all of this? So Portis will not be part of this decentralization effort. I'm not to say that Portis will never do something like this. This is actually something that we're very excited to do ourselves. It just does not make sense at this current point with the dApps are already using us, etc. It's just not something that we currently want to focus on. And I'll tell you in a second what we're actually focusing on more moving forward. But next slide, please. But for now, Portis will remain as just like it was in the past, just like a regular company providing services. We really want to go open source. This is not something that we're not doing for a business reason. This is more about anyone here who is part of a big project or a small project or any project knows that there's a list this big. It's even bigger. My screen isn't big enough of things that you want to do, and you just got to prioritize. And so speaking of prioritization, one of the features we want to have, one of the major features we had with Portis from day one in our vision is that we want to be cross-chain. We're big believers in Ethereum. I'm a huge Ethereum fanboy, but there's a lot of value to be had from chains which are not the Ethereum mainnet. And for instance, RSK, this is a chain that we added support for back in January 2019. Hard to believe it's been like 2.5 years since. Given the last year, feels like more. And we also support a lot of other sidechains as well. And you can check out our documentations at docs.portis.io and see how easy it is just to hook into the RSK network with Portis. And to dwell a little bit about Portis for people who are unfamiliar with our solution, the way Portis works is that we use end-to-end encryption, meaning the user is in full control of their private key and everything is encrypted and decrypted on their device. We never see your unencrypted private key. We do not want to see it. We think that's a huge security risk, but it also kind of goes against the whole ethos of of self-custody and censorship-free, etc. Our whole approach is also based around a simple user experience. So we don't ask the user to install anything. Instead, as the dApp developer, you integrate the Portis SDK, which means that your users get a solution bundled inside their dApp. And the way this works is basically an iframe opens up, the user opens up a window, puts in their email password, regular email and password login, something that users are very familiar with and feel very comfortable with. But as far as as the user is concerned, they don't have to install anything. They don't have to go on a specific device. It works on any standard modern browsers. So it works on mobile, it works on desktop, and they get this cloud experience that they're used to, that they have an email and password, and they can log in with the same account on their phone, on their computer, so they don't have to sync private keys manually across devices and deal with seed phrases. We do allow the user to see their seed phrase, and we also have our own backup recovery phrase for all of your different seed phrases, because we have one for your Ethereum wallet, one for your Bitcoin wallet, etc. And you can import other wallets if you want. So we do tell users, look, if you forget your password and you don't have any backup recovery phrases, sadly, right now, there is nothing we can do. We're looking into recovery methods such as social recovery or other methods as well. But as you all know, all of these have their pros and cons and come with their trade-offs. Right now, we see this end-to-end encryption solution, which is very similar to LastPass or 1Password, if you're familiar with those. So just think, instead of passwords, you got private keys. So it's the same concept. And people are using 1Password and LastPass and do manage to hang on to their recovery phrase and keep that just in case they forgot their password. So that is something that we see that people are able to do. So we see that as currently the right trade-off. So next slide, please. So we've been spending the past year working mostly, I would say, around optimization and technical debt, so to speak. We optimized our SDK. We carry out a lot of performance upgrades there, fix some bugs, UI improvements, some security issues. We were mostly focusing on kind of cleaning stuff up, as you say. But we are now starting to dive into the NFT space. So we want to make sure that we can also offer an NFT experience for our developers, which means that in addition for our users, and we have a lot of things in store, which I cannot share all of them at the moment, but they will enhance our users' experience greatly across the different applications that utilize this. But that's on the one hand, but also for the developers themselves, we want to offer them a suite of, just like we did for Portis as a regular DApp provider, a Web3 provider, and we integrated with a gas station network, or we offer the ability to change networks for a user. This was something that we also saw in some application, which was useful with RSK. The developer could easily switch the network the user is on. Right now, that's a standard EIP, and we're actually working on upgrading to the standard that was created since. But we actually added this feature back when no one was even thinking of doing it, because we talked to our developers and we saw that this is a need. If they want to have users on an application and they want to easily switch them around between, let's say, being communicating with the Ethereum network and then switching to communicating with the RSK network, but without asking the user to go and configure stuff inside their, whatever MetaMask options. And that's if your application needs to have a set of instructions on how to use it, you're doing something wrong, right? There's the famous phrase that UX is like a good joke. If you have to explain it, then it's not very good. So we wanted to offer our developers to have that power that you're used to having in Web 2. There's no instructions on how to use Uber or how to use anything else, which is modern and useful. So just how we offer those capabilities in the, I'd say, regular Web3 world or existing Web3 world, now we are moving also into the NFT space, and we want to offer the same functionality. So I also urge you guys to talk to me, talk to us, and there will be some links at the end of this slide, which we're coming to very soon, where you can reach out to us. If it's our Telegram, if it's Hello Next, if it's our Twitter, and just kind of tell us what you guys need, because that has been our motto from day one. We want to listen to the devs, figure out what they need, and just build accordingly. Because basically pretty much you're the ones who are dictating where this ecosystem will go. So next slide, please. So up until now, we started to, We started to implement, or not implement, but actually try it out in the field, our NFT functionality. In Bitcoin Miami, the Bitcoin Miami conference that was recent, we had a collaboration with Blau, the EDM DJ, whoever is familiar with it, and we did an NFT giveaway. There's a link to the one that I got on OpenSea. If anyone wants to make a bid on it, they're welcome. We also did something for the Oscars. Recently, we gave a lot of the artists that were nominated through a collaboration with someone in the project. I won't go into it, but they also got a wallet with some NFTs in them. So you might find those on OpenSea as well. But we're trying to make the experience where if someone wants to give NFTs to their users, they can do it very easily and just kind of drop it in their lap in a very simple way without complicating them. And with Blau, we actually, if you click on the next slide, please, here's like a picture from it inside the show. And people who were there told me who knew Portis, because we've been around for a while, and they said like they didn't even expect this to happen. And when they saw people drunk at 2 a.m. scanning a QR code and actually managing to go through the flow very easily and claim their NFT, they were blown away, because suddenly it starts to feel very real. We're kind of crossing that bridge where we're starting to see things happen in the real world with crypto in a way which is really mainstream. And that's for people who've been in this space for long enough. That's really fun to see. Next slide, please. So I mentioned that we dived into the NFT space. Another thing that we're kind of working on right now, not kind of, but kind of improving on. We already had this. This is called direct purchase, where we allow users to, instead of, if they need to buy something that costs that amount of whatever crypto, instead of sending to some buy flow where they buy the crypto, complete the transaction, go back, wait for the crypto to be there, sign a transaction, making it a very complicated flow, we're making this through just like one click. And this was something that is already in existence, but we're improving on it to make it more robust, and also adding like token swaps in the middle. So it's going to be pretty exciting once we release that. It will just allow you as a developer to improve the experience for your users. When they need to buy something of a specific token, they can do that with several clicks with their credit cards, very simply, just like buying something on Amazon. Sorry, I'm just kind of running through it because I know we're short for time. So I'll jump to the next slide. So that's pretty much it. We're on Twitter, we're on Telegram. We also have Hello Next, which is a great platform for feature requests. If you're not familiar with, I recommend this to other projects as well. Kind of like a Reddit, but for feature requests, so people can upvote and downvote, other suggestions. So if someone already asked for something that you want to do, you can just upvote it and add your comments, and that way it gains more traction. So if you have any suggestions, please let us know, or request, or just want to talk to us. We're available, and excited to see what you guys will build, with Portis, if on RSK or anywhere else.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tom. And let me, on behalf of every Bitcoiner in the RSK ecosystem, to congratulate you and the Shapeshift team. I mean, Eric has been an inspiration for so many years, for so many Bitcoiners, and really kept towards this ethos of decentralization. I hope what Shapeshift is doing becomes an inspiration for many other companies in the space, and really proves that decentralization is the way. So please send my regards and everyone in the RSK ecosystem to Eric, to John, to Michael, and everyone in the team, because it's very inspiring what you guys are doing, and really looking forward to see other projects following the path. So congratulations on that as well.
Thank you. It's very exciting from internally. Everybody's like, it feels like we're doing something which is like, really one of a kind and really exciting. So everybody's really pumped about it.
It is. Thank you so much. Okay, with this, we can move to our next speaker. We have, I think is XCapit and José. Am I right? Let me see. Yes, there we go. José, welcome to the stage.
Yeah, you're right. Well, thank you very much for having me here. Really honored to be part of the RSK ecosystem too. So I will tell you more about XCapit, and well, please show the next slide. Just to be in the same page, I want to just speak a few about the problem we are solving. As Gaku said, high inflation and the lack of financial education makes people not taking the best decisions on their lives. So efficient capital management, it's just unlocked for the whole people in the world. Just a few people have access due to some restrictions regarding to capital or time or education to efficient capital management. So if you could move forward to the following slide. As we all know, with blockchain and with crypto, we have a huge opportunity here. I think that we all agree that the diversification that crypto gives us, it's changing every day, and it's giving us absolute exposure to all kind of assets that gives us the chances to make that efficient investment portfolio And for us, it's really game-changing, the chances of giving that option or opportunity to all the people. So that's mainly the solution we are developing. If we could move forward to the following slide. It's actually a way of dealing with investment and mainly planning your goals. That is possible through a wealth management platform that it's easy to use and it's accessible, as we all have in our minds. Maybe Morgan Stanley, it's the top of mind of private equity, and what we want to do is actually private equity for the rest of us, and that is what XCapit is building, and we are really open to build it together. So if you continue to the following slide. I will tell you more about how we launched in the early 2018 XCapit. After that, we ran through a C5 path in which we are actually official Binance brokers. We were always non-custodial, and that's why we are running through DeFi, also launching our crypto wallet, which obviously it's non-custodial too, and integrating with different investment protocols so as to give diversified and also good value proposition to the clients. Lastly, but not least important, we were included in the UNICEF Innovation Fund that gives us a really proposal mind. What we are looking forward is actually make a huge change into good, so as to people turn finances into an engine of human well-being. We know that having success, it has all to do with mainly the objectives that you pursue, and if you could have some help on it, that's great. So in the following slide, actually we are showing you how this platform looks like and what we will have on it. Besides, we have been running the investment products on CFI. We will have lots of financial education. Mainly the wealth manager is the heart of XCapit and all that has to do with it. So everybody who think that could enrich this platform, really happy to have you on board and to continue speaking afterwards. If you could go to the other one, you have just a quick glance on how it looks like today. Nowadays, we have our iOS and Android app in which you have the investment products on CFI. The following slide, you will see which of them we are having right now. These ones are now available on Binance, and as Maxi said at first, we are also integrated with Reef, so we are enabling people to have a diversified portfolio in Binance, and afterwards, in a short time, we will have it through our crypto wallet. We have two active trading strategies products, Persian Bitcoin or Persian stablecoins, and the other ones, which are Andes and Himalayas, are two indexes that allows you to invest in the crypto market at all. And Himalayas, it's over the DeFi market. So both of them allows in an easy way to invest on different markets. In the following slides, you have actually our this is how we do it. If you want to have further information, this is how we collect the data. We do some fundamental and technical analysis so as to select the different assets that we include in the different portfolios. And afterward, we trade on behalf of our investors so we never get the custody of the capital, but instead of that, we translate the confidence to the client. So we really think that being non-custodial is part of our DNA, and we want to keep it that way. And in the following slide, if you see, we think that CeFi and DeFi also will have different bridges. So, well, this is how we have been growing so far into users and continue growing in the future. So it's really important for us to have strong partners that help us improve our value proposition. If we go to the following ones, yeah, this is our product roadmap, and this is really important so as to the ecosystem to see, because if you have some strengths on the different parts of the roadmap, we would be glad to speak with you. As we said, the first tranche, it's actually our crypto wallet. After that, the financial planner, and then integrating with different investment products, and ending with the donation network, so as you to not only be able to donate, but instead of that also to receive funding through the whole ecosystem. So we are changing also the way people can contribute others to achieve their goals. And as we know, through blockchain and crypto, all of that has 100% of traceability and transparency. So that's great for us. If you continue to the following slides, you will have just a quick glance on how that will look like. If you continue, Fran, just the three of them, the other and the other. It's just a mention on what we are developing right now and open to receive contributions. After that, you will have the RSK stack. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Fran. In which we have been studying the RSK ecosystem, and we just wrote down some possible partners in which we could maybe make a better value proposition for our customers. But as I was saying, everything that works with building a strong wealth management ecosystem, which has to do with investments, lending, liquidity pools, fixed income, low, middle, and high risk investment products, and also on-off ramps, we are open to, and you will find the way to get in touch with me at the last slide. So really happy to be here, waiting to speak with each of you, and thanks for the time.
Thank you so much, Jose. It's wonderful to see how we're trying to make investments also accessible and easy to everyone. And I love to see the synergies and so many other RSK projects or part of the ecosystem also being integrated with XCapit. So now we're going to move to our next project with Jack and Settle Network. On-ramp and off-ramps are one of the major difficulties that we have, or thresholds to overcome, in order to make blockchain technologies and crypto much accessible to everyone, and bridge this transition between the legacy system and the future. So very happy to see Settle Network integrated in RSK. The stage is yours, Jack.
Thank you very much, Gago. Yes, sorry, we're Settle Network. If you want just to change the slide, we are the largest fiat on-ramp in Latin America. We're in Argentina, Brazil, Mexico. And what we do is, if you could please send for the next slide, we partner with the largest ecosystems in the entire crypto community, in the crypto industry, and we bring them to Latin America. We have been partners with Binance, we're partners with Stellar, Bitum, MakerDAO, Huobi, RSK, obviously, and the entire ecosystem of the largest wallets, the largest exchanges, largest ecosystems, in order to bring them to Latin America, be able to accept fiat payments from their Latin American users and be able to grow in the region, providing their service and their products to the entire Latin American region as a whole. On the next slides, I will be able to show you how we work and what is a fiat on-ramp for those who don't know. Basically, what we do is we have payment processing in every jurisdiction we operate in. As I mentioned earlier, we're in Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico. As fiat on-ramps, we receive the fiat funds, that will be Argentinian pesos, Brazilian reais, and Mexican pesos, on our legal banking entities, and we exchange that for crypto, and we send crypto to the user wallet in our partner's exchange, basically. So if someone wanted to, just go back 1 second. So if someone wanted to on-ramp to, let's say, an OKX wallet, they would come through us, they would hit on OKX, buy BTC, then how much they want to pay in Argentinian pesos, and they will be, once that we receive the funds from the user, they will be receiving their crypto, the BTC, on their OKX address or RSK related wallet address once the payment has gone through. What we do is, and now, yes, if you could please go for the next slide. What we do is we're the compliant layer between the banking, the local banking rails, and the exchange and wallets. We are the interoperability gateway between both layers, being in every jurisdiction in Latin America, as I said, Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico, having compliant regulatory operations in every country, having local payments, bank relationships, and banking infrastructure for every wallet and every crypto ecosystem company, for it not to be built once again. So if you want to grow in Latin American region and want to be up and running, offering your service and product to your existing Latin American users, or just growing into a new market like Latin America, there are many international exchanges, brokers, and wallets that want to come to Latin America, and they don't have the infrastructure or the possibility to acquire their own infrastructure. They just use our infrastructure and our service in order to acquire new users in the land. What we do is we provide, obviously, the compliance layer, the KYC clients. We KYC the clients. We have a programmatic AML and blockchain monitoring to do the onboarding process for every new user that comes into the space and goes through the on-ramp version. So if you go to the next slide, we'll be able to see the key use cases that go on fiat on-ramps. We have a lot of remittance corridors, many business-to-business remittance corridors, many business to retail, many P2P remittance corridors. We have institutional demand at an OTC transaction level. We have exchanges and wallets that obviously acquire and integrate into LATAMX. That's our gateway product in order to move funds around. Remittance corridors are the we have high frequency remittance and corporate remittance, which are low frequency but high volume. Those mainly go through certain channel, mostly through OTC channel, through our OTC network of fiat on and off ramp gateways. The institutional demand of the OTC transactions are again low frequency but very high volume transactions, which go exclusively through the OTC transactions. What we offer our clients is the possibility of on-ramping through LATAMX, that will be a retail transaction, as well as OTC transactions that we can do on behalf of your OTC clients. As well, we have exchanges and wallets that this will be our main and most numerous client. As you have seen earlier, we have many RSK wallets integrated to our gateway. We have many exchanges internationally and wallets internationally that do so as well. And what I think that it's going to be coming soon and very, very soon are the regional stablecoins. I didn't mention, but we're partners with Stellar in the entire Latin American region. We have the ARST and the VRLT. We have issued 2 stablecoins on the network, on the Stellar network. And they're actually stablecoins for the Argentinian peso and the Brazilian real. And what we do is, what I think that's going to be the main use case of crypto on and off ramps for the next, I'd say, 2 to 3 years, are the stablecoin, the regional stablecoin issuance in every country, and will be the major on-ramp point for every country. Right now, maybe you on-ramp with Bitcoin and you want to hold some Bitcoin funds. I think and I trust that soon mass adoption is going to probably come with the stablecoin issuance of regional stablecoins for people to send and receive money in their own countries and be able to go paperless, but through cryptocurrencies. The same as USDT, but for every fiat currency in the world, basically. If we go to the next slides, I'm going to very briefly show you how to buy RIF tokens. We have listed RIF on latamex.com. If you want to check that site out, you'll be able to buy your own RIF tokens and send it to whichever wallet you want. If you go to www.latamex.com, you'll be on this website. If you're in Argentina, Brazil, or Mexico, you'll be able to do the on-ramp directly through your bank account. Through your bank account. If you're in Brazil, you're going to be sending reais. If you're in Mexico, your local fiat currency. I'm in Argentina, so you can see the screenshot where it says ARS. So that's what I'm supposed to send in order to do the buying of the RIF token. If I go to the next slide, you'll be able to see a very estimate quote, a live quote actually, of how much one RIF will be worth in Argentinian pesos. I just did a demo for 1,000 ARS. And if I were to send 1,000 ARS, that would be Argentinian pesos through my bank account to a Latamex bank account, I will be receiving actually 35.56 RIF on the wallet I choose to. So in a way, the user flow of funds, as it would do, is the user that's already in your wallet. Let's use an example of Edge Wallet that I think is an RSK partner. An Edge wallet user will go hit buy any crypto, let's say RIF. They will go through a KYC process that is actually our KYC process, and once they have passed the KYC, we'll be showing them a local banking information for them to send the funds to. Once we receive the funds, we'll be sending the crypto directly to the user address in the Edge RIF address, basically a RIF token address in the Edge wallet account. So this is a very simple guide of and a very, very simple 3 steps in order to buy your own first tokens. You transfer pesos into our account. You input what the account that you have that will be holding your RIF tokens, and then you'll be able to receive your RIF tokens on your wallet. So basically, I invite any company that needs an on-ramp service in the entire RSK ecosystem to contact me. If you go to the next slide, you'll be having my contact information. You can just use the links that have been shared through the chat in order to contact any of the Settle Network team. I'll be the one in charge to helping you partner and grow and integrate to our platform. So any questions you might have, you can just come to me and I'll help you integrate and go forward with the conversation.
Thank you so much, Jack. This is amazing. I can imagine all the RSK partners looking at this, very interesting. I have a question. Are there any limits on how much you can onboard per month? Anything to share in that regard?
Great question. So the limits depend 100% on the information sent by the client. So it's a tiered KYC basis. So if the user presents information, they're earning X amount, they'll be able to buy that exact amount in crypto assets. But it's depends on the user.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jack, and congratulations. So happy to see Settle Network as part of or integrated with the RSK ecosystem. And now with this, we can go to our final speaker and project, Miguel from Decrypto, also making investments available to everyone and bringing innovation in that area, right? So stage is yours, Miguel.
Thanks a lot. Hello, guys. How are you? Well, thanks a lot for inviting us to participate in the event. My name is Miguel Schweizer. I'm the co-founder of Decrypto. For those of you who don't know us, Decrypto is a crypto exchange based in Argentina. We are currently operating mainly in Argentina and Peru, but soon we will be in Colombia as well, hopefully this year. And we are currently expanding to many other countries in the region, such as Brazil and Mexico, not this year, but the following one. We are currently building our own infrastructure, which takes a lot of time, and with the whole pandemic situation, it took a little bit longer than expected, but it is what it is. If we can move the slide, please. This is the founding team, myself, Ivan Tello, José Luis del Palacio, and Javi Lanuse. And well, we launched Decrypto early 2019, and our goal was to bridge the gap between the crypto world and the traditional world by facilitating the conversion from fiat currency to cryptocurrency to any person with a bank account, whether they hold US dollars, Argentine pesos, or Peruvian soles. Back at 2 or 3 years ago, it was not so easy to convert fiat to crypto. Costs were quite high. User experience was bad. The local exchanges didn't offer any customer support. So we believe there were many things to improve there. So, well, we were when we launched, we were the only local exchange trading in US dollars. All the other ones were only offering crypto against local currency, Argentine pesos. So that's what gave us an edge, a comparative advantage over the others, and really helped us grow a lot. So initially, we were offering Bitcoin and stablecoins. We are currently integrated with the Ethereum network, with the Tron network, and we are also developing on the RSK network. So, well, as I mentioned, at the beginning we were offering Bitcoin and stablecoins mainly, but now we are also offering our users the possibility to invest in the US stock market without leaving the crypto market. So if we can move the slide, please. And yeah, the next one. So this means any Decrypto user right now can buy Apple shares or Amazon shares or Tesla, YOLO ETF shares directly with USDT without needing to convert those USDT to fiat or sending the money to a local stockbroker. And well, this is done by tokenizing the stock shares and trading that stock tokens directly against USDT. This has several advantages over buying a traditional stock in a traditional stockbroker, where stocks trade against local currency. Here in Argentina, if you go to a stockbroker and you want to buy Tesla stock or Amazon stock, you need to use CDR, which are instruments that trade against local currency, and really nobody wants to track the stock price in Argentine pesos, which are constantly losing value, losing purchasing power. So at least you would want to track the price in I was want to say sound money, at least sounder than the peso. So that's one of the main advantages. Then trading fees are 0%. There are no fees at all. Users can buy or sell these stock tokens with no fee and no spread at all. And compared to local stockbrokers that can charge up to 1% per trade plus taxes, which is insane. Then you can buy and sell at international market price directly through our liquidity providers. So, well, the most interesting feature here is our fractional shares, which means shares can be fractioned up to 1/10,000th of a unit. So so users can own less than one share. Let's say you wanted to purchase I don't know, $100 of Tesla. You can do it this way, and in any other way you would have to purchase at least one share, which I don't know if the price should be around like 400, 500. I really don't remember. But this allows people to buy less than 1 unit of a share. And well, and the other interesting feature here is that tokens can be held in your Decrypto account or in a non-custodial wallet. Once we fully deploy the smart contract to the RSK mainnet, users will be able to withdraw and deposit these shares, these tokens that are backed by shares, back and forth to Decrypto or to their favorite non-custodial wallet. So it's pretty interesting. I believe there are not many companies offering this right now. So it's pretty interesting to give users the possibility to also invest in stock without the need to leave the crypto space. So, well, before closing, I wanted to make a quick disclaimer here that Decrypto is not offering any or selling any securities, just listing tokens on its platform, and that these tokens are backed by shares in a regulated stockbroker. And well, this development is done using RSK infrastructure. We are currently beta testing with Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Google, and YOLO ETF, which is a cannabis ETF. People can gain exposure to different cannabis companies in the US and Canada through that ETF, which is very interesting. And we will be adding soon more tokens, more stock tokens to a list mainly the ones trading in Nasdaq. So as I mentioned, we will be able to allow withdrawals and deposits of these tokens once smart contracts are fully deployed on the RSK mainnet. I believe this will be coming in the next month or so. We are also launching our new web platform with a mobile app. KYC verification is immediate. It's done real time through a third-party service also that scans the documents, verifies that the face of the user matches with their photo ID. So user experience is really cool. I invite you all to sign up, give it a look, and well, you can ping me, send me an email if you want to chat or something. If you want to know more about Decrypto, I'll be happy to help.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Very interesting. Just more innovation, also regulatory innovation brought to the ecosystem. So congratulations on this. I'm sure it's going to be very exciting. So with this, I think we can move to the slides with all the information from all the wonderful speakers that we had today. Fran, do you have it over there so people in the call can take a look? Thank you everyone for participating today in this new RSK ecosystem update. It's super exciting to see how DeFi for Bitcoin keeps on growing and how as a community we keep on expanding the functionality of Bitcoin through Bitcoin sidechains and RSK. I think we have one more slide with links for people who want to get in touch with us. This is the link for developers, the open Slack. Please, every one of you, join the open Slack and help us build this ecosystem together. And again, as a reminder, join the RSK Innovation Forum and join us on August 5th for the next RSK ecosystem update. So thank you, everyone, very much, and see you soon. Let's keep on building. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.